What's cracking, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the Good Kraken podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Emile Pearson, alongside the 5/ man, Devin Stanford.
//////.
That is the best fucking thing you've ever done in the 2 years we've been doing GK. I love you so much for giving yourself a catch slogan. We also have the man, the myth, the legend, don't feed him after midnight, DJ Gizmo! What's happening, DJ? What's happening, baby boy?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't been eating at midnight, thanks to you. Fuck you.
We also have another man who eats at all hours of the day. He is the Invisible Man, Gerek Bartholomew Itan. What's happening, baby?
Big chillin'. I actually finished Scorn today, and it's my anniversary.
Wait, you finished Scorn today?
Yeah, it's done. Rolled credits. Whoop, whoop.
What the hell?
It's completed. Wrapped it
You
up.
finished Scorn today.
How many hours?
Fuck.
How many
dude.
hours?
It took me 8.
Okay. Well, all right. We also have
Released yesterday, everybody, just for the heads up.
We also have another man that would be absolutely terrified to play the hit new game Scorn. And it is Mr. Tie Me Up. It's fucking Xander. What's happening, baby? How you doing?
Yeah, no, see, that what I've seen of Scorn, yeah, no, that makes it on the list of things that make me say, nah, I don't like that.
Hard pass.
He doesn't like that, guys.
Big ol' hard pass for that for one Mr. Xander.
No.
Xander, did you listen to our last Shipwreck episode?
I listened to a little bit of it. Yes, I did.
Okay. So we talk about a thing very briefly in there, how DJ, one DJ Gizmo over here, is now officially also being dubbed I'm Xander.
Yeah.
Did you catch that part?
Yeah,
I
I'm
did
Xander.
not. I did not.
I'm Xander.
Care to elaborate on this?
But I'm Xander.
No. I refuse to elaborate any further.
I'm Xander.
That's all you need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's on Virus too. He's Xander.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm
It's
Xander.
Xander. He's Xander.
that's a fucking good time. Well, hey,
No. I'm Xander.
We're gonna have some words after this. We're gonna have some words.
are we? Are we though?
No, you're not Xander.
Are we though? So real
He's
quick.
me, and I'm you.
No, not me, you. So I want to let everybody at home know we have a very different episode today. We're going to be doing 1.5 things today, okay? Just 1.5 things. And the main thing, firstly, that we're going to be going into here is actually what Garrick was talking about, and it's going to be very brief, but we were actually wanting to thank Kepler Interactive for giving us a review and release code for Scorn, and one Mr. Gerek Bartholomew Eaton, who has actually finished the game. I want to give you an opportunity to tell the people at home a little bit about Scorn and your experience with it, and then we can have Devin talk a little bit about his hour with it.
Absolutely. So yeah, I rolled credits on it this morning, and Geiger would be proud of the atmospheric representation of this game. There's not a single jump scare in the whole game. Like the game, it is not that sort of horror. Like it is there to confuse and make you absolutely disgusted and uncomfortable, and it does all of those fucking things. There's only like a couple of different forms of enemies. They're absolutely disgusting, like Cronenberg-esque looking monsters. But like the overall, like where this game really shines is through its world building, through lots like the visual world building, and really, really well done, if not a little bit frustrating puzzles. Because this game literally, like, it drops you straight into it. There's no tutorial, no control introduction. No, nothing. You literally are this abandoned, lost humanoid creature on this desolate, dying alien planet, trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing there, uh, all without a single word ever being spoken. Um, and the game does a really good job of making you really, really, really uncomfortable. And feeling really bad for like some of these creatures and these alien entities that you come across. And like I said, not a single word is spoken, and every interaction you have pretty much ends with you squashing it into some sort of fucking disgusting bodily fluid goo for some other secondary purpose. Um,
Nice.
and then at the end of the game,
This.
uh, like
Like
the
this.
credits are gonna roll, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck was that all about?" And it's gonna leave you wondering what the fuck it was all about. And it really does just kind of leave it the whole thing open to interpretation. Um, Honestly, I really liked this game. For only like the fact that perfect for Game Pass, great release for this time of the year. Excellent atmospheric survival horror game. The body horror was fucking chef's kiss. Honestly, some of the most grotesque, just downright disgusting peak body horror I've seen in a long time. Like it's up there with like Parasite and Akira. Like it is mm, so well executed, so fucking disgusting. And I loved every moment of it. The game only has one really, really big downside,
Okay.
and that's the combat. It is incredibly slow paced. Um, and honestly, if you can skip those enemies, I'm gonna tell you right now, skip them. Just run past those motherfuckers because the game gives you a really finite amount of resources. I mean, finite. Like think any survival horror game you've ever played, and then reduce that number of resources by about 25%. Like you are running on nothing. And not only are the enemies trying to kill you, there's this fucking parasitic entity that's also attached to you and killing you at the exact same time.
Hmm.
And it'll have cutscenes at checkpoints, and it does damage to your health bar when this thing like digs further into your body and like integrates itself further with you.
So it's sort of like the game's running on like an active time clock.
Kind of like it really kind of does it all at like certain checkpoints, so it's fixed. Like you'll never die due to like the entity like digging in. If you don't have enough health when like the cutscene happens, you'll absolutely die, and it'll make you reevaluate your strategy and approach.
Okay. Okay.
But like this is definitely one of those games where like resources are finite enough that you could potentially screw your run. And put yourself in a really, really bad spot.
Sort of break the game a little bit.
Unintentionally, yes.
Okay.
It would be hard to do, but it's not impossible. There was a couple of spots where like I was getting stuck with some enemies because the combat's so fucking frustrating. Like honestly, if they just got rid of the combat altogether, like it would still be a fucking really good game. Like it did a little bit for it, like on the atmospheric and like kind of like the horror side. As far as like a survival element, but it didn't like the combat wasn't the impact or the focus of the game. The puzzles and in the world definitely were.
Okay. Okay.
But I absolutely loved it, man. Like with an 8-hour runtime and being just downright one of the most disgusting games I think I've ever fucking played as far as body horror goes. This is like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. And like it's just those combat points just kind of knock it down.
Okay. Xander.
Why the fuck are we using disgusting as a positive factor? What the hell, man?
Hey, if you like horror in a video game,
Because like
that's that earns its
HR
support.
Tiger,
Ah.
HRD. Oh, okay. There is one thing I will say. You depending on your level of fandom to HR Geiger's art, you're either going to be really proud or really, really disappointed in the dev team for how long they held out showing an actual wiener in the game, which they 100% do because you can't not. It's HR Geiger. There has to be, and don't get me wrong, there's phallic influence all over the fucking place.
That's what I was looking for. All right, I got you. Okay.
No, it's everywhere. You're like, look, there's this little pillar-like object, and it's got a bulb-like top and a ring around the top, and you're like, that's a penis, because it's HR Geiger influence. But like, honestly, this is an 8.5 like out of 10 because it's great body horror, great atmospheric horror. If you're a fan of the art or like any sort of like puzzle solving game, like check it out.
Devin, go ahead. You got your hour with it. Talk to us about it.
Yeah. Honestly, I could reiterate the body horror. Like, one thing I want to point out that I thought was impressive was the title screen and the transition into the game off of the title screen, because the title screen is literally just like almost a still cinematic, but you can see slight movement in it. And when you press, begin game, it just zooms in from there and just goes. From right there. Okay. I really like that UI. I like how simplistic the UI design is too. It keeps like your field of view focused on your environment and what's going on in the game too. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I really liked about it. I was streaming this to Logan and Larry on Discord while I was playing it. Okay. And there's this machine you come up to get your little key.
Your hand key.
Yeah. I was like, don't tell Ernell about this. This is like a stationary fleshlight.
Oh, dude, there are so many objects that like if it doesn't look like a wiener in that game, you're like, that's a vagina. Like everything, because that's just HR Geiger. It's all it's all disgusting ass like biomechanical like nonsense.
Yeah, and the level of detail, I don't know what engine this game is running on, but I was questioning. I was like, is this on Unreal Engine 5? Like, is UE 5? It's like the way that the light
Unreal Engine 4.
Oh, it's 4. Well, they did a very good job with it, because the light and the way that you can see like the dust floating in the air, like in the beams of light, and the level of detail on all the the fleshy goop and everything in the walls, I was actually pretty impressed. They definitely pushed it to the limit of that engine.
All right. Well, guys, it's official. The official GK review score for Scorn, the brand new game that came out a couple days ago from our very own Garrick, is going to be an 8.5 for you guys. But we are no longer talking about Scorn, because today we're giving you guys a review of She-Hulk, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. If you're on this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics of the show. You can get exclusive content, and you soon will be able to get early access on episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea. But if you've emptied your pockets of the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show, just like Mean Green the Fiend is, just like the Cardboard King is, and just like Cindy Ka is. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. But if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. We would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing out content for all of you listening or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there.
Did anyone see that?
Let's see what.
Garrett got ghosts. What in the fuck?
I mean, yeah, we've established that.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
And then DJ, what's happening? What?
I fucking love Garrett.
What the?
What's up?
We have some captain's orders, my friends. Everyone, you can go watch these fuckfaces, Devin and DJ and Garrick, play a gameplay stream right here as a VOD on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show, of Aliens Fireteam Elite. And apparently,
fuck those Xenos.
really, really well. Fun game.
We played for like 2.5 hours, actually.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
it was
It was
fun,
a long
yeah.
stream. And you know what? Well, you know what's funny? We only got to the second campaign.
Second campaign, the first mission of the second campaign.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty lengthy, but it's fun. It's rewarding.
We got into it.
I'm so fucking jealous
Yeah.
you guys got to play
I
that
like
goddamn
it.
game. I'm
Me
so,
like
I'm
it.
so fucking jealous of it. Guys, also, we have Cracktoberfest 2022 is upon us. For the rest of the month of October, we are talking all things horror, all things Halloween. We have horror gameplay, we have horror content, we have horror conversations, and horror reviews. And some not horror reviews, because we have some really, really good shit that's coming into the finales of their episodes that we're going to be covering Tuesday, as well as the following Tuesday. We got lots of really good stuff we're going to be talking to you guys about. You can hang out with us for that on your podcast service of choice. Look up Good Kraken with an exclamation mark, and we'll be right there for you. Boys, let's fucking do it. She-Hulk Attorney at Law review, released on August 18th, 2022. It is created by Jessica Gao, which is a wonderful, wonderful person who has done things like Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, Silicon Valley, Robot Chicken, The Mighty Bee, Star Wars Detours, all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things from this writer. And you can definitely see it with a budget of about $25 million per episode and a runtime of 30 to 38 minutes per episode. We have some fun trivia here for you guys. So firstly, this is Marvel's first solo Hulk project. The Incredible Hulk 2008 was partly developed and distributed by Universal Studios. Up to this day, Marvel Studios still hasn't received the distribution rights to a Hulk film from Universal. This explains why a Hulk film featuring Mark Ruffalo could not be made despite Ruffalo taking the role in Avengers 2012. Goddamn, Marvel's just letting these motherfucking studios just kick them the fuck around, man. You know what I'm saying? That fucking sucks. That fucking sucks so hard.
It does.
You gotta pick your battles, man. You gotta pick your battles.
So here's a fun one. Although each transformation from Jennifer Walters to She-Hulk and back is created using CGI, Malia Araya plays She-Hulk on set for having reference of She-Hulk's size. Her face is replaced by Tatiana Maslany using CGI. Maslany is 5'4", while Araya is 6'5.25".
Damn.
Wow.
God damn.
Damn.
That's a tall, beautiful little being, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. This is the second MCU project to acknowledge the events of the Incredible Hulk from 2008, after Bruce Banner quoting, "I broke Harlem" in The Avengers 2012. Although William Hurt reprises his role of Thaddeus Ross in Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame and Black Widow, he never acknowledges the events of that film. So fun fact for you guys. Fun fact for you guys. And one more good one for you guys here that I was seeing here. Let's see here. In June 2021, actor Lou Ferrigno, who played the first live-action Hulk in the TV series The Incredible Hulk from 1977 by wearing green makeup on his exposed skin, said he believes that Disney Plus's upcoming She-Hulk should not have too much CGI. In an interview with 2Fab, Ferrigno said he liked the idea of She-Hulk getting a TV show, but explained how CGI often overshadows storytelling. And he said, quote, "The more authentic, organic the character can be, the more believable," end quote. He didn't specify if he meant an actress should play She-Hulk in green makeup rather than creating a CGI character, or if he meant using too much CGI in general. Fuck you, Lou Ferrigno, you know what I mean? You sound like some specific fucking director who has nothing else better to do but to shit on Marvel all the goddamn time. I'm looking at you, Scorsese. Yep. Go fuck yourself, okay? We're having a good time over here. Join the cult. Sip the tea. You know what I'm saying? Devin!
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Devin, my motherfucking man. The 5/.
His man.
The one, the only. You know what I'm saying? Good sir, what were your top level thoughts of She-Hulk Attorney at Law?
It's good.
I fucking hate it here.
It's good.
Okay,
Good sir.
I actually really enjoyed the very first episode, the pilot, a lot. I thought it was a good way to introduce the character. They made a couple different changes than She-Hulk's origin in the comic books, but I thought it worked good. It was it was kind of funny how it's like, oh no, don't get my blood in you. Oh no, your blood's in me. Ah. But
I hate you.
ah.
Ah.
But the level of comedy throughout this series is pretty freaking good. Pretty freaking good. I definitely had some moments where I audibly laughed very loud. The very first 4 episodes, they have after credit scenes which played into each other. This show is kind of like if Marvel and New Girl was smashed together with just a little bit of like God, what was that lawyer show from way back in the day?
Matlock.
Yeah, Matlock. That's I don't know.
Like, why did he answer so fast? I loved Matlock when I was a kid, dude.
But yeah, it had moments of that.
It was so good, dude.
I like the cameos, and I do feel like that the like mid-season episodes, I'd say like episodes 3 to 7, honestly, were kind of like they were just okay to me. You know, they weren't anything fantastic, but there were things I liked in it. You know, it's like Madison with 2 N's and 1 Y, but it's not where you think. Wongers. Yeah. So like I said, it had good moments. It was good seeing familiar characters and stuff throughout the series too. But at the same time, I did want to see more of that violent side of Hulk, and kind of like what I alluded, what I was predicting, what the finale was kind of going to be, you know, earlier in our meeting. But we got fucking Daredevil, one of my favorite comic book characters ever. And I am so stoked about that. And I'm not going to, obviously, you know, he's in it because he's in all the trailers now and everything.
Sure.
Yeah. But it was really good seeing him interact with another character and being blended into the MCU like so firmly now. And we know we're going to be getting so much more of that character too. So this was a nice, it was a better introduction, just where like as Spider-Man was a little tease, you know? So that's probably my highlight of the show, if I'm going to be honest with you. Episodes 8 and 9 were really good. It definitely brought the show back for me personally, and gave me more of what I'm wanting from a Marvel property, like She-Hulk, you know. And they really don't disappoint in the finale. They don't hold back any punches. They do some very comic accurate shit, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It's fun. Don't go into it thinking like it's going to be the most serious Marvel property with the biggest damaging effects or anything. It's not like WandaVision, you know, or Moon Knight or Loki. It's not at that serious factor caliber. This is a character introduction, and this is a character that doesn't want to be a superhero and is trying to go back to their original life, you know, before this happened, and it's them struggling with having to just accept the fact that they kind of have to be, you know.
Sure. All right, I like it, my dude. It's Xander from Twitch.tv. Go ahead. What were your top level thoughts of She-Hulk Attorney at Law?
This is 110% just fan service wrapped in a She-Hulk wrapping. Like this is because like there's a lot of I would argue that yes, this may not have any like true like immediate ramifications in terms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but there are some fucking name drops. There are some references thrown out here that I thought we would never even witness for at least another like 3 years. Okay, so it gets fun. It gets fun. That's all it really is, though. It's a fun time. Once I realized that that they were going this route with like not taking itself too serious, I was like, all right, fine. I'm not going to take it serious either. No, I'm just going to fucking enjoy it, and enjoy it. I did. It's a fun time, and it's not going to take too much of your time because they are only like roughly 30 minutes each. So watch it.
Yeah, not a very big ask, right? Like,
Yeah,
pretty,
watch it.
Pretty quick to burn through.
Are you doing laundry right now? Watch it. Are you doing the dishes? Watch it.
Yeah, Flashlight, watch it.
No, wash it. That one you wash it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Garrick B. Eaton, what were your top level thoughts on She-Hulk, Attorney at Law?
30 minutes of serotonin.
Yeah.
But no, aside from that, no, like it was just a really fun show. Like I have like some mixed feelings on it because like it did so much and like there was so much going on, but also at the same time, like nothing at all. And
Okay,
like
that's fair.
think that and I think
When
that's
you
like
watch
kind of
it,
where
it
like
makes
I
sense.
strong and like I know that sounds like kind of weird, but like I liked it and I enjoyed the ride despite that. But I feel like people kind of like had like a different expectation of what the show was going to be. But the thing is like within the first episode, it very clearly establishes the direction it's going to take, and it doesn't let up at all. Like it literally like takes that formula that it establishes in the first episode and then just keeps it going for like the whole series, like the whole season. And it's really consistent and cohesive inside of its own like little canon and like with what it's doing with the character. And I loved all of the way the characters were represented. I absolutely loved She-Hulk, like the representation of She-Hulk's character, like live action compared to comic books was, I thought, really, really well done. But I just like there wasn't like a whole lot going on. I really think I just enjoyed it for it just being like that sort of sitcom, like just a Marvel sitcom where like it's just had like this bizarre rotating cast of like characters that we know and love, down to like these D-list ass villains that showed up in one comic book, or like cartoon episode in the fucking 90s. And like it just be like, oh hey, I recognize that weird fucking costume, and like just being able to laugh and enjoy that. If you're willing to like taper your expectations and just rip it and rip it, and
rocket
just
fuel,
enjoy exactly, and just enjoy the show for what it's trying to do. It was really pleasant.
All right. I like it. One twitch.tv's slash DJ Simfix, my good sir. What were your top level thoughts of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law?
Yeah, DJ Simfix from twitch.tv.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm just easily like impressed or anything, but I fucking love this show front to back. Like I feel with Garrick, it's just like 30 minutes of serotonin like every episode, right? At first, because like the discourse going into watching this discourse that I saw through Twitter and through some mutual like acquaintances, they're like, She-Hulk, they're most of it was like disappointed in like what it could have been, could be. And and then someone said something about, oh, it was like too much of this like thing about women stronger type of, and I was like, I don't know about that, but yeah. But when I watched it, I got no semblance of that. I did not understand. Like I was like, I don't agree with anything you guys are saying about this show. This show is fucking great. The writing's great. I'm fucking laughing every episode. There's like something to laugh at. There's something to have fun with in each episode. Like I love each and all the characters really, because it's just they're so well written, and like I'm like I can point to any of these and be like, this is someone I probably knew in my life one time or another, right? Like they're all fun. I love Pug. Pug is just he's awesome. Fucking Luke
Pug.
Jacobson,
Man.
the Luke Jacobson,
Yeah.
the fucking designer. That's just
God,
hilarious.
he's fucking
the
gold.
the kind of like subplot of Jen and Nikki trying to befriend Mallory in the law firm because they think she's really cool. Like it's just all that together. It's just I fucking love this show. Like it's just fun. I don't care if it doesn't have any like weight in the MCU. I just look at this show like, yeah, it's fucking 9 episodes of straight just serotonin boost. Like,
I fucking love it, dude. I love it. Yeah, man. Let's refer to chat really quick. Cardboard King says Jessica's writing and Tatiana's portrayal kept it surprisingly grounded while still funny and at times ridiculously fun. And Mean says I'm taking out these pups real quick because Mean did not like it. Well, Mean, I got you, dog. I got you. Okay. I fucking hate every second I'm not watching the show. Get fucked, Mean.
Yeah. Get fucked. Yeah.
We love you, dog. We love you, dog. Dude, I had
shows.
so much fun watching this show. You guys are right. It is like 30 minutes of pure, unadulterated serotonin through and through every single goddamn episode. Even if some of the episodes are weaker, I feel like the intent was for them to just have an episode that like they can not do anything. They had one episode that was literally just oh, we're going to talk about her mental health this episode. They had another episode that's like, we're going to get her laid this episode. Like, it's like
Yeah.
they literally ran it as a sitcom, as a New Girl, as a story for us to kind of like another story, excuse me, for us to have something that is not this like massive universal bombacious setting that we've gotten in the MCU the past couple of phases. Like, we don't need everything to be a Loki. I don't feel like at this point now, it's nice to kind of take a break after what we got in Infinity War and Endgame and sort of just get some space to kind of like breathe and not feel like everything has to be an existential crisis. And this is one of those things that I thought was incredibly well done and incredibly well thought out for them to give us something like that with a character that I don't really think they could have really done that much more with. Like they can in the future, but as far as an origin story is concerned, I think that they needed to kind of commit to this being like nothing and really just kind of leaning into the aspect of like, this is just a woman who just so happens to have superpowers and she wants nothing to fucking do with it. Right. Like, and I think that was pieced together so well. I also want to make sure that I put some credit towards some of the interesting things that they do in this show. The title screens killed me every episode because the title screen would be allocated to whatever the cold start of the episode would be. So like, I remember like fucking losing my shit when it said like She-Hulk, attorney of nothing. like, like things like that, like the little tiny details of the shows that like made it so much fun for me. Like her relationship with that high school friend that she was there for the wedding with, like the way that they handled Matt Murdock being in this show, which was incredibly well done. Fucking well done. Daredevil being in the show was like, I could not fucking believe that they nailed it the way that they did. Matt Murdock is fucking back, baby. And I'm like,
Charlie Cox.
Daredevil
Charlie
Cox
Cox
was like the best thing ever.
And like,
Yeah,
it makes me happy too to like think about like what the ramifications of that are when we start looking at things like potentially getting John Bernthal as Punisher back again one day. Like,
Fuck yeah.
Like, are they going to lean in harder in any direction? Because I sure hope so. Like, they leaned into like Charlie Cox's like Matt Murdock being this sort of like charismatic like man who like knows he can get laid, which they hint at all throughout the Daredevil series. They just took away the aspect of him having terrible fucking things happening to him every single goddamn episode. But them also like Xander was saying, like, this is such a fan service show for people that have been committed to the MCU since having the Hulk in it, but also for people that watch Daredevil and people that know like what that like could potentially mean for us, and as well as people that have watched prior MCU shows that we've gotten on Disney Plus so far. I think that the show was incredibly fucking well done. I think it was incredibly well written. The finale is wild. Like what the fuck was that finale? Holy shit! Like,
when what happens, I legit something went wrong with my TV.
Dude,
I rolled my eyes so goddamn hard, dude. I was just
I was like in the middle of like walking from like my couch to my kitchen real quick, and then all of a sudden I looked over at the TV. I'm like, hold on, did someone sit on the remote? Like,
dude, it happened. The turn happened, and I was like, what? and then it hit, and I was like, oh, and then it hit, and I was like, what?
It made the noise and everything like you were backing out and all that too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And then I saw the little frame thing, and I was like, no fucking way they're doing this right now. They're really doing this right now. Holy shit.
Fucking Kevin.
And then they like over-committed. They over-fucking-committed to it.
Yeah,
and
I didn't think it would go that far. I was like,
they went deep.
I was unmuted when I was watching it, and I realized it, and I muted myself because I was like, "Oh, they did it!" And I was like, I just like hit the button on my keyboard immediately.
dude,
like Deadpool level of like bursting through that, like
No,
even
dude,
more
they went
so,
deeper
even more.
than the Deadpool's ever gone in the in hit the film so far.
Which
As
makes
far
me
as, like,
excited with
fourth
where they're
breaks,
going to take
which is
Deadpool 3.
crazy.
Yeah, Deadpool
Like,
3
if they
it's
did
all-
this with
it's all
She-Hulk,
behind the
imagine
scenes.
what they're going to do with Deadpool.
oh, yeah, right? Right? Like, imagine where they could
it's
take
all
that.
just behind the scenes footage of Ryan Reynolds like recording. Like,
Well, I
acting
mean,
out
especially
the-
since it's already been confirmed that we're getting Hugh Jackman back. So what if they just did some bonkers off the wall shit, like at the end of Deadpool 2 when he was going back, traveling through time, he just picks up a random fucking Hugh Jackman and brings him into the fucking 616 universe.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I like
the thought of
that. I
Well,
like that theory.
Guys, I don't know. Like this show was so much fun, dude. It was just so much fucking ridiculous, mindless fun. Like I watched every single episode with my daughter, and she had the time of her fucking life every time. Like we made a day of it. Like every single Saturday, I would have her like, it's She-Hulk Day. Are you ready? It's like, oh my god, I love She-Hulk, and like she'd freak out. We'd get popcorn. She'd watch it with me. Like it was that kind of level where like it was able to just be obtained by anyone that's ever watched any Marvel thing ever at all. And like that's such a cool place that we can be in, where it's like, and we talk about it all the time, like the fact that we've been invested for over a decade now of like all these movies and all these characters and all these actors and stuff, that like they can just drop someone in some random piece of content and say, here you go, and we'll be like, oh fuck yeah, like freaking the fuck out about it, dude. Like I'm so 100% here for this shit.
It's like.
I love it so goddamn much, dude. That's like what this show kind of was. Like there was just so much fun around every single goddamn corner. And because of such, what I want to do here, I want to kind of like go through like synopsis of each episode, and I'll pace us. We're not going to take turns going through everybody, but if you want to chime in as I kind of talk about the episode briefly, you just chime in, and then I'll pace us through each individual episode synopsis, right? So the first episode here, a normal amount of rage. Before a court case, lawyer Jennifer Walters tells the viewers about an incident a few months earlier where she and her cousin Bruce Banner were in a car crash after an encounter with a Sakaran spacecraft. While attempting to get Banner to safety, Walters was cross-contaminated with his blood, causing her to transform into a Hulk. We get a bunch of stuff about her doing a training montage with the Hulk. All sorts of cool stuff there. This was, to me, I thought was the only real way that they could introduce this character.
Yeah.
Like, like this felt like so perfectly placed. Devin, go ahead.
Captain America fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. For
What
real.
a goddamn
Oh my
intro to a show, dude. Like that entire post-credit scene, man. It was so fucking fun.
It's so funny because like I remember like waking up that day and like I didn't get a chance to see it just yet. I usually have to wait until the evening, but like all day on Twitter, I'm just seeing hashtag tap fucks. I'm like,
fucks, dude.
what is happening? I'm like, what just happened? So and I finally watched it and saw that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm here for it.
People
I'm here
lost
for
their fucking minds over that, and I was like 100% fucking here for it, dude. It was so much fun.
I honestly, that set the tone for what the show was going to be.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even like her relationship with Bruce during this first episode too, like kind of set things up where it was like they didn't give us a serious training montage. They didn't give us a like, oh, she has powers, now she's going to discover what each one is over a course of time type of montage. It was her just showing him up and him getting jealous of it, and then like them like going through the usual training shit, and then sort of like weird wild shit happening in between, right? And like it just it felt right for what it was, and then leading to her going back to normal life, right? And like the setup of like the attorney for superheroes thing, like every step of the way for this first episode, I thought was perfectly placed for it.
Yeah.
Second episode, we got Superhuman Law. Walters gains public notoriety after defeating Titania and is dubbed She-Hulk. However, the case is declared a mistrial after the defense successfully argued that her fight with Tatiana influenced the jury, and she's fired from the district attorney's office. Unable to find other work, Walters is offered a position by opposing counsel Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway, and impulsively accepts, bringing along her best friend Nikki Ramos as her paralegal. So thus setting us up for her now becoming a superhero or an attorney for superheroes. But also, finally, we get introduced to the Abomination. After all these years, we get him back. Xander, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, I did want to add a fun little trivial knowledge. GLK and H, Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway. GLK, those are credited as former creators from Marvel Comics. Yeah, Goodman. Lieber is actually Stanley Lieber.
And Kirby.
Stanley, and then Kurtzberg. And then Holloway is just the name of the character that is the figurehead of the law firm.
I like that.
I never joke.
That's a fun fact. I really like that. Devin, you going to chime in with something? Go ahead.
No. I'm massaging my tendon.
I don't care who your paralegal is.
That's such a good part.
That's what Holloway said.
Dude. Yeah. Oh man, Garrick, you made a face. Did you have anything you want to add on to that, or
No?
Okay, cool. I got you. Episode 3, The People versus Emile Blonsky. Walters confronts Blonsky, who explains that he was removed from his cell by the Sorcerer Supreme, Wong, and that he returned to prison willingly afterwards. While she attempts to contact Wong, news of her appointment as Blonsky's lawyer stirs up public controversy. This episode, I actually had some weird caveats about, and it all came down to the elf. The elf I thought was so fucking over the top ridiculous this entire episode, and it kind of took some points away from me, but it got made up for by all the shit we got from Meg the Stallion.
Yeah,
so, I mean that post-credit scene was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, all the Megan Thee Stallion scenes are really fucking funny.
So at first, I was really hesitant about their approach with Emile Blonsky this time around. Like all of a sudden, he's this reformed Jared Leto type leading a cult. Like what? Like I was weirded out by it. But then like towards the end, where they kind of like we're gonna get there anyway. Like, when he goes back to prison, then it kind of like, okay, maybe he still would be a good fit for Thunderbolts, but like I don't know, it was just weird because like I don't think I've ever seen in the comic books Abomination ever being like smart Abomination. Like it was just off-putting.
All right. I fucking like it. Episode 4, Is This Not Real Magic? Donnie Blaze, a magician at Mystic Castle, who was expelled from Camertage for misusing his powers, sends an audience member named Madison King to another dimension, where she makes a deal with a demon before being transported to Wong's home in Camertage. Wong approaches Walters and asks for her help in making an example of Blaze so that people like him will not be able to misuse the mystic arts. So they file a suit against Blaze and Mystic Castle's owner, Cornelius P. This fucking episode.
That was so good.
Go ahead.
Dude, I want to say this is the only time throughout this series that I literally stood the fuck up, looked at Jackie right in the face. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Donnie Blaze, you remember when people saw like the initial promotional material and they were just getting freaking the fuck out because, oh my god, Donnie Blaze, oh my god, we're getting Ghost Rider, oh my god. No, we're fucking not. We got Donnie Blaze, fucking great value Doctor Strange over here. Like, what the
fuck? Dude, everything
I was like, you shitting me.
Everything about this episode was fucking money, dude. Madison is the most gold character we've gotten in any of these shows introduced to us so far, and I am 100% here for it. Wongers being used. Wongers being used in this episode specifically was incredible. Any time that we can possibly get Wong, I'm here for it. I'm sure all of us are fucking here for any moment we get with Wong again. And the like having us be able to have
It
this
is the
sort of like
WCU, right?
yeah, exactly.
The Wong Cinematic Universe.
Us being able to, you have it set to M for Marvel. You need to flip it upside down.
Damn.
For Wong.
For Wong.
Us being able to have like Wong as a character that is sort of this perfectly like balanced piece between like serious fucked up shit that happens with like Doctor Strange content, but also being like sort of like alleviated comic relief is so well played in every single cameo he ever has in like any Marvel content we have these days. And having
or
yeah, exactly, dude. Dude, I need to go back and watch Shang-Chi again, man. I missed that fucking movie. They use him in such a way that it's so like beautifully done in this episode, and like having him be like a main character for an episode was when I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. Right, because he's sort of like our second real cameo in this, and at first it's like, oh, okay, so he's gonna be our cameo, but now he's gonna be a character for the rest of the season, right? But then we get this Wong thing that pops up, and they commit to him being a character in this episode, and you're like, oh, so like we might be getting like cameos throughout the course of this, right? Not just Bruce, not just Abomination, not just Hulk characters. It's everyone, right, that could possibly be in this show that they can fit in. I thought it was fucking phenomenal. It's fucking phenomenal, man. Let's see here. Mean Green and straight poured into these jeans.
You hear that meme? You hear that?
Episode 5.
Dedicated to you.
Titania has trademarked the name She-Hulk for a new line of beauty products, which angers Walters. Holloway warns Walters that she needs to deal with the situation quickly and assigns Mallory Book as her attorney for the case. Nikki and Pug come up with a plan to acquire a superhero outfit for Walters from Luke Jacobson, a highly exclusive tailor who provides clandestine services for heroes, while Book and Walters countersue Titania.
Interesting choice of words there, clandestine.
I know, right?
I'm not Chinese.
I'm like weird about Titania as a character. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but she was kind of the only thing in this show really that I had some like real issues with, and her character overall kind of just feels really empty. Do you guys have any like deeper like thoughts on that?
Okay, so the way I saw it was like we've made the comparison before. Like this is the MCU's New Girl, and Titania almost felt like if New Girl had Cece be like the bitch of the show, and like she was like she just pops up randomly and just annoys the fuck out of the main characters, but really has no weight in anything that happens. That's how I felt. Like I was just like,
yeah,
why are
it's
you
a nuisance?
Even, yeah, like get the fuck out of here. Which I actually like that approach though, because like if you look at the show, this is exactly what I've been saying I want out of Disney Plus shows. Give us more of this because it plays like just like your other filler comics, you know, like you're reading the comics and stuff like that, and you have there's like a one-off villain that's like never mentioned ever again for another 10 years until they fucking say, oh, let's bring this character back and give him like other power sets and make him like famous or some shit. Because comics, but it played out like a comic book, and I was here for it.
Okay.
So what? Titania is a one-off villain, or she's a random nuisance. That's in the comic books. They're like,
sure. That's fair. DJ, go ahead.
I think I agree with Xander on this one because I think it's like if we're looking at it at the show and like what it's trying to do. You know, we're kind of with Jen Walters on her ride here. So like I understand why maybe Titania feels empty because like to Jen, Titania is like fucking nobody. Like just like fucking crapping on for what? Right? So like even at that like towards like kind of the end of where Titania is like in the show, right? Like Titania's trying to start a fight and Jen's like, I'm chilling. You like for what? Why we fight for what? You know? Yeah, I think that's I think that's just how they want to approach that. I don't think there's a problem with it. I didn't find a problem with it.
It kind of gave me like Scott Pilgrim vibes, you know, like when another one of the evil exes shows up, Scott's just like,
yeah,
who are you? What?
It's Chris
like,
Evans.
Oh yeah, the same sort of vibe. Yeah.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I the only one that was kind of like weirded out about Tatiana? Like, or Titania? I mean,
What do you mean weirded out though?
I thought she felt like into like a really classic, that same sort of like trope. Like she reminded me as like like it's weird because you guys like had like all the different sort of comparisons, and like she reminded me of like a side villain from like Powerpuff Girls or some shit. Like like that just popped in for like 5 minutes and then just gets like swatted away, and you're just like, what the fuck even was
like,
that? Just like, anyways, back to the story.
Like the box ghost in Danny Phantom that just randomly pops up every now and then.
And then like they get and then like some weird shit finally happens where like they get their own episode, and like it's just bizarre enough to keep you interested until the end. And then
because I think it's like, this is like when you do hit that episode where they dedicate that for that like one-off character, it's because like, okay, main character's fed up, like, all right, like I'll bring attention to you like for this one episode and you're done, and then we're gonna go back to doing this.
I thought it was like a very classic trope. Like
I'm mad I made the box ghost comparison, because now I'm just imagining Titania popping in like, I'm Titania. Ooh.
Devin, go ahead.
Guys, you convinced her, no?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that makes like perfect sense, because when you actually say things that make sense to me, I'll fold.
You're
fucking sense.
You're right.
That didn't work.
You're wrong.
Episode 6. Speaking of which, guys, Just Jen. Walters is invited to be a bridesmaid at her old friend Lulu's wedding. When she arrives, however, she is disappointed to find that Lulu wants her to present herself as not She-Hulk, and saddles her with numerous pre-wedding duties. Titania is also present, as she is dating one of Lulu's groomsmen. So this was the episode. This was the Titania episode, following after our introduction to her in the first episode. DJ, go ahead.
I wanted to ask, I haven't been to many weddings, but is this what white weddings are like?
Without the bridezilla, yeah. As someone that's DJ'd some weddings, it's not far-fetched.
I have been groomsman, best man in a few weddings, and it was kind of accurate, but most weddings I go to are a lot more fun.
Yeah, they don't give a bridesmaid fucking hand duty and shit. But,
they don't do that. That was a bitch move.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like it felt realistic, so I didn't know, like,
I mean,
like, I feel like there is someone out there. We probably never experienced it, because we actually hang out with cool people.
Well, to be fair too, this wasn't technically the wedding. It was just the rehearsal dinner. And shit.
Rehearsal.
Yeah, the day of the wedding. It was like the dinner that they have before the ceremony, when everyone's having their like tea party together and shit.
Yeah.
You want to know what white people weddings are like, DJ? Just go watch Wedding Crashers.
Oh, actually, that's a pretty good representation of like rich white people weddings.
And rule of thumb: if there's no open bar, don't go.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Valid.
Well, in this episode,
you don't want to be associated with someone who doesn't do an open bar.
In this episode, we get introduced to one character. Fuck this guy. But
God damn it, Josh.
God damn it, Josh.
They literally got fucked.
He smashed.
I was really happy. Okay.
Smashed.
I was really happy at first. I was like, this is sweet. This is nice.
Immediately distrusted this motherfucker. Like from the jump, I was this is
I had an inkling, a little inkling. Perfect. I was like,
I was like, this guy's nice. He's considerate.
He's Asian.
Cute.
He's Asian.
Evil.
I fell for it too. Okay. I really was kind of like, oh shit, there's gonna be the love interest for the rest of the show. That's it. Like she's gonna have a normal human fucking boyfriend. That's tight.
No.
I was so wrong. So wrong, man. Why they do us Asians like that? I like them. No.
Why they do us Asians like that?
No.
Now we'll never love interest.
Don't worry.
Anyways.
Ladies, everyone. DJ will not treat you like that.
He's
better than that.
He sure won't.
That's fine.
You can find him right now at hinge.com/DJ Simplex.
You have to find me by my government.
I'll treat you right.
Yeah.
Episode 7, The Retreat. Walters goes on several dates with Miller, but he disappears and seemingly ghosts her after they sleep together. While anticipating a text from him, she receives a call from Blonsky's parole officer, who informs her that the inhibitor that stops Blonsky from turning into the abomination is broken and that he wants her to accompany him to Blonsky's spiritual retreat, Summer Twilight, to check on him. This episode is probably my favorite episode of the show. This little like therapy retreat is so fucking good. Like, they introduce these other characters in a way that is so fucking perfect. Porcupine? Are you fucking kidding me? Porcupine is like the best character in this entire show, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Put it back on. Put it back on. Put it back on.
like he goes into it like such a wholesome fucking friend, like going off the cuff where he's like, have you considered that like maybe this isn't what you think it is? And they're like, yeah. Have you thought about that? It's just such a fucking wholesome episode through and through that like they got like to that 2/3 point where she starts actually talking about some shit and like they're like, well, we would love to hang out with Jennifer Walters right now. And I was like, stop. You guys are like being like the best friend group right now. And I can't fucking handle this, dude. Like, this is so good.
I love like the codependency like relationship that the two dudes have.
Yeah,
that she
the Matador.
Manbull and what was the other? I can't remember his name. He's not a Matador.
El Aguila.
He's not a Matador.
He's a swashbuckler.
El Aguila.
Yep.
Alligator.
No,
yeah, he's not a Matador. He has identity issues.
The swashbuckler.
Like, so, with Emile Blonsky too, like, I want to say it's like we were all sus of him, right? But then like his like actual genuine care for her too. He's like, no, he's like, you should be here. Go to the sauna, you know, take care of yourself, sweat it all out, you know, like, and just like how he cares about her and stuff. It was really funny to see.
I'm hurting for a yurtin.
I do.
I'm hurting for a
yurtin.
I love the fact that these are all villains, though. Like this definitely gave me like straight up like Wreck-It Ralph, like the villains.
Yeah, like Wreck-It Ralph.
Like, yes,
that like it was so good. It was so good.
Which is funny too.
Bad
the vampire, the guy that thought he was a vampire, like he kind of gave me Satine vibes. You know, like.
she looks very upset and delicious. And he was like, I'm sorry. I tracked back.
Dude, I had to stop myself because I was watching this with my wife and I was like, I agree. I'm no.
Dude, they picked a good actress for She-Hulk. I'll tell you what. You know what I'm saying?
I loved her in Orphan Black. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but
dude, I've never seen her in anything before, and I was like, okay.
Orphan Black is a great show. If you guys have the ability to watch it, I watched it when it was my dad was trying to save money on cable, so we only had like a few channels, and that was one of the channels that we had back when Orphan Black was like a new show. But it's really good because the premise is she plays multiple versions of herself with completely different personalities. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see her excel at these different personalities that she has to juggle.
Now, just to let you guys know too, El Aguila is the eagle, by the way. So just his name is the Eagle.
Yeah. How patriotic.
Next, we have Ribbit and Rip It, episode 8. Walters takes on a new case representing Eugene Patilio, aka Leapfrog, aka the Fabulous Frog Man, who wishes to sue Jacobson for giving him a faulty super suit. Jacobson is represented by Matt Murdock in court.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
and wins the case due to Patilio inadvertently revealing that he disobeyed Jacobson's instructions for using the suit. Holy fucking shit, this episode, man. Like him describing in the beginning what happened to him in the events. He was like, and then they were looming over my body, and they were just like kicking his legs and shit.
Surrounded me. There's like literally two guys.
Two guys, dude. Fuck this kid, man. Like, this episode is fucking great. Like I remember like hysterically laughing when he's like, "I'm heading to the lily pad," and she's like, "Is that a place that I should know?" And he was like, "Well, it's my super secret dope." Evil villain.
Yeah, it's base. Like my most famous secret lair.
Yeah, that's right.
wait. It gets better.
It gets
better. When the henchmen are talking to each other, he's like, "Did you hear that he wants to call us tadpoles?"
I know, he's like, I respect if you want to jump around like a frog and stuff, but I refuse to be a little baby frog.
Little baby frog. Like, don't you mean that? Didn't they say we're
or just the fact that the lily pad's just a fucking warehouse with a giant neon sign that says lily pad up front.
Dude,
and then
it looks like a freaking garage in Need for Speed.
The dialogue between Jen and Matt Murdock were little like what was it like henchmen believe in the cause. Goons
henchman versus a goon.
Yeah. Like, same difference.
So good.
And then later on, she calls them hench goons.
Hench goons, yeah.
Dude, let's talk about that actually. The chemistry between Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock and one Tatiana's Jennifer Walters. Holy palpable. You could cut their shit with fucking butter, dude. They are hot. Yeah. They are fucking hot, man. And these two
were, feel the tension. You can feel the tension.
But she's like, just let me do my thing. And he's like, you don't have a thing. You've never done this before.
You really called her out on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Like they dude. Fucking Matt Murdock, man.
Given the direction that the show was kind of taking, I almost had like part of me was thinking Matt Murdock was gonna break the fourth wall as well, and he's just gonna be like, "Listen, I have 3 seasons behind me. What do you have?"
Devin, go ahead.
He's got more than 3 seasons. You forgot about Defenders.
Oh, whatever. It's semantics.
Get fucked. You know what I mean? Go fuck yourselves. Devin, were you gonna chime in with something?
God, what was I gonna say? The chemistry between the two of them, and since we're at that point, the way that like they introduced the like, "Hey, you want to come over?" And he's like, all right. And then they just went for it.
He goes, next time that I'm here, we can go out for dinner and go out for drinks or something. She said, yeah, like, or we can skip all that. Yeah. And then it cuts to the scene.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude,
yes. Horny Marvel, dude. Horny Marvel is what I'm here for.
I was like, babe, why don't you say some shit like that to me?
and I want everybody to know that Daredevil and She-Hulk, Marvel accuracy, comic accuracy at its finest, right there.
But here's the deal though. It's like I talked to you before. She can fuck anyone in the MCU and it's comic accurate because she fucks everyone in the MCU. The Thing, Wolverine, like the list fucking goes on, dude.
Next? Who do you think's next? I'm gonna say it right now. It's gonna be Wolverine.
Nah.
Yeah, there was the reference in the show. We know he's coming back. How much you want to bet She-Hulk is in Deadpool 3?
I think it'll be Luke Cage. I think that's how they introduce him.
And like season 2 of She-Hulk.
Yeah, whoever else they fucking cast as Luke Cage because they're recasting.
Watch She-Hulk be like actually
they're recasting?
Yep. He doesn't want to do it.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
It is really disappointing. Terry Crews. I think it should be Terry Crews.
Terry Crews should just be every character at all times. Honestly,
I want Terry Crews as the Thing though.
Who is that one dude? That one dude that was on the A-Team reboot movie.
Terry Crews.
No. He was like an MMA fighter.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
God damn.
Rampage Jackson.
Racist.
Yeah, Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
Funny enough, is played by Terry Crews.
God.
You need to say McNuggets. Oh, Terry fucking Crews, man. Guys, then finally we have our season finale here. Whose show is this? Episode 9. Walters is released from DODC custody, but is forced to wear an inhibitor to prevent her from transforming and loses her job at GLK&H. Nikki and Pug infiltrate an intelligentsia event where they learn that Phelps is never mind. And Blonsky, as the Abomination, is serving as a motivational speaker. I had to cut that shit.
You skipped the episode just before this one.
No,
the
that was
gala.
Rip It and Rip It. That was Rip It and Rip It.
Yeah.
Was that the gala? Oh no. Oh, okay. We just get to the gala part. Okay.
Yeah. Of course. The gala part. I mean, like we can briefly talk about. I really thought that they were gonna go that direction for the final episode.
Yeah. Same.
And then they didn't. I was like, oh, okay.
I do want to say what I wanted to happen with that is I really wanted Abomination to like come out to a raging She-Hulk. That's not what they did, obviously, but
no,
I wanted that. I felt like we could have had that as an episode in between.
I kind of wanted like them to arrest her and then like Bruce had to kind of like get involved or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, or that she'd have to like break out and now she's a bad guy and now Bruce has to hunt down his cousin. You know, like something like that. I thought they were going to commit to.
And that's how World War Hulk starts.
Yeah, something like that. But instead we're getting World War Hulk in a different fucking way. World War
which I do want to touch on that when we get to it.
Yeah,
for sure. So this episode being one fucking massive fourth wall break, I was daunted by when it first came up, but then it got to like the storyboard section and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm here for this. I'm fucking here for this, right? They're like, you can't talk to Kevin, and then they get stern about you don't get to see Kevin, and then you see
Nobody
Kevin
talks to Kevin.
And Kevin fucking, I lost my shit. They gave him a little hat bill above his eyes, and I fucking lost it, dude. Holy shit! Are we really about to get?
Good.
Dude, I seriously thought they were gonna make Kevin Feige a character, and then doing it this way, I was like, no, I'm here for this. I'm okay with this.
It was better.
Yeah,
It was better.
Yeah, arguably, because that's even them still fourth wall breaking by saying you don't get to see Kevin. You're right, we don't. Like,
We don't.
we don't get to see him at all. Actually, that's
The VFX, like telling them the VFX team has already left to do another project. So
The visual
I
effects
guarantee
joke.
you guys.
With the fucking and then like the audio stinger.
yeah.
No, I guarantee you. Originally, they probably wrote like the idea to have actual Kevin Feige there, and they're like, "Wait, hold on!" Like that one intern that's like stoned every single fucking day he comes in. He's like, "Wait, hold on! I have an idea. What if we did this?"
And they're like, okay,
dude,
all right, Bobby,
Like,
we see
"All
you. We see you, Bob.
They're like, you're officially hired on full time.
He's like, really? They're like, no, you don't get to see
shit.
Kevin.
No, but you have a 90-day probationary period first.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's been an intern for
Make
like
sure it wasn't a
18 months.
one-off.
So instead of talking about the post-credit scene and our thoughts on the post-credit scene, what I want us to do is talk about what we feel the post-credit scene has as ramifications for the future of the MCU. Devin, let's start with you. Go ahead.
So I think, because this is what MCU does, Marvel Studios does, I think they're kind of combining two different ideas. The idea of the character being Scar, you know, Hulk's son. But I think they're going to use him in place of Hulkling on the Young Avengers. I don't think they're going to use him as a villain in future MCU properties. I think they're changing that for the MCU route, especially with how wholesome that ending was.
Okay. Xander, what do you think?
That wasn't the post-credit scene, by the way.
Yeah, that's not the
The
post-credit
Scar
scene. That's
thing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
no,
sure. I mean, that's your guessing of what we're going to be getting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Xander, go ahead.
rope around back to me. I need a refresher on the post credit scene.
Garrick, go ahead.
I think a lot of this just kind of, I think this was like our greater our greater setup for Thunderbolts and some of the things we're going to be seeing in Thunderbolts. Because I definitely don't think it is a coincidence that just prior to this season's finale happening, we got an announcement for the new casting call for, Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Right.
Coincidence? I think not. Not with Marvel.
No, of course not. Of course not. Okay, yeah, no, I think that's fair. Kind of like keep it a little bit more like ground level, right? Devin, go ahead. You raise your hand.
I one more thing I wanted to throw out there with that is with going with my theory. We also have gotten a member of the Young Avengers in every single Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. And that is seemingly like we talked about that when we hit Loki, I believe, right? Where we were like, oh yeah, no, they're definitely doing Young Avengers, right? And it makes sense for them to kind of like move towards us now, and like how Thunderbolts plays into that a little bit. It's gonna be cool.
That would be a good idea too, because you can see kind of how like mainline MCU stuff is kind of reaching that point where it's like we're getting more adult themes. Because the general fan base is older because we've been following this since 2008. But a lot of us are, reaching that point where we have kids that we want to share that with. So Young Avengers could very well be that branching point between, adult theme MCU content and then having things that are a little bit more family friendly.
Yeah. I think Young Avengers is gonna be that thing that dominates the Disney Plus space. Personally, okay, I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And then I think instead of having like these one-off shows, besides the ones that are already there, I think they're gonna start focusing more on the special aspect to introduce characters instead of full movies and TV shows now.
Yeah.
And then so we're gonna have like our Young Avengers branch. We're gonna have like our Midnight Suns thing. We're gonna have like our dark, gritty, Punisher, Daredevil part, and then we're gonna have the overarching, Black Panther, Captain America, mainline Avengers stuff. I think that's what we're gonna be getting moving forward.
Okay, DJ, your turn, doggy dog. What do you think we're gonna be getting in the future of the MCU because of She-Hulk?
Shit, man. As a non-comic book, I'm not big into Marvel. It's a big question mark for me. So like, I personally don't know where it could go. I'll take your guys' word for like what could be.
DJ's along for the ride, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm just here
for it, baby.
I'm just here.
I'm just
we're like pulling you into it. This is like
we're gonna get
the start of something.
Yeah,
you're getting pulled into this.
You're
now.
Me, I'm already in. Dude, She-Hulk's got me invested. So
let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go.
I have a question for you. Is She-Hulk the first Disney Plus MCU show you've watched to completion?
Does I Am Groot count? Like,
damn, you have like a whole backlogs worth of shit you have to like get on board with now.
Like what? Yeah. Like what's on Disney Plus? Because
everything. So we'll give you the ones that you.
Okay, I watched WandaVision. I watched Captain Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Did you watch
Captain
Loki?
Falcon?
Where the fuck? I don't give a fuck, dude. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean,
I haven't watched Loki yet. I haven't watched Loki yet.
You haven't watched? Okay, you need to watch Loki before Ant-Man comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
You need to watch. Yeah,
like I suggest starting that right now. I suggest starting that next time you want to sit down and watch it.
Start it as well.
Yeah. Same.
Like I'm probably gonna rewatch it.
Yeah,
it's really good. Owen Wilson's in it. Also watch Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. Wow.
Because Loki is how they introduce the concept of Kang the Conqueror, and he's the new multiversal antagonist. That they're going to be thoroughly introducing in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So yeah,
he's essentially Thanos.
Yes, he's our new Thanos, basically. So you're definitely gonna watch Loki. At the very, very least, watch fucking Loki.
And it's Jonathan Majors too.
Kills it. Did you see his photo shoot? You know what I'm saying,
bro?
Devin,
I need to see Moon Knight too. I haven't watched Moon Knight.
Moon
yet.
Knight's really good.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I loved it.
Devin?
Every episode.
should people watch She-Hulk right away? And what is your score?
Yes, I believe people should, especially because it is so different than any other Marvel property that we've gotten. It does definitely have its moments, like I was talking about earlier, where I was kind of like meh, but with the highlights of with the highlight parts within those episodes, there's definitely those. I personally am going to give this a 7.5.
Okay. I like it. And why is 7.5 and not an 8.5?
Just because for me personally, I felt like some parts of the show were just a little dragging in those mid season episodes. I thought it had a really strong opening, and I thought it had a good closing, but I do think the episode before the finale was better personally.
All right, I like it. Xander, should people watch all of She-Hulk right away? And what is your score and why?
Yeah. I mean, if honestly, this is one of those shows where if you got nothing else to watch, if you're already caught up on everything else, why not? It's a fun fucking show. You can just throw it on and have it on in the background. If you're a fan of Marvel in general, you should just watch it because there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. We just spent like the last fucking hour talking about that shit, so why not? Yeah, it's a fun show. You should watch it if you have nothing else to watch. If you do have something else to watch, but you're not in the mood for that, and you're in the mood for something a little bit fun, watch it. Shit, fuck. It's content.
Shit, fuck.
Damn.
Shit, fuck.
Shit, fuck.
Give it all you got.
I'm gonna say the
Give it
same.
everything you got.
I'm gonna say the same. I've been in Massachusetts way too long. I'm starting to pick up on some of the vocal inflections. But yeah, no, I would also give it a 7.5 because it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not fucking earth shattering. It's not another fucking Christopher Nolan film or some shit like that. It's fun. It's fun. You can just enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, then you don't like fun. And I don't want to be around you. So yeah.
Damn, Genesee, you hear that?
Garrick, should people watch She-Hulk right away? What's your score and why?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're in like this really odd space with Marvel content right now where I don't know like if you guys have noticed, but specifically with like the Disney Plus releases, there's been this kind of wind down that's been happening with like the pacing and the style of the content. We went with some really heavy shit with like lots of like, yep, this is super important, super important, super important. And now we're just like, all right, this is going to be like, now we're getting to like some more leisurely shows where like previous to this, we had Miss Marvel, right? Where like set up some stuff, but like it was stuff that we don't have as viewers, we don't have to worry about right now. Like it's going to be like, that's for like, 2 years from now is when that's going to start to play a bigger impact on the MCU. But in like the tone of the show was much more lighter and casual. And then like they took that step even further, with She-Hulk, and like, yep, it's even more casual now. And so this is a really, really approachable show, I guess is what I'm trying to say. As far as like Marvel content goes, and like it's very easy to watch, and it really is just like I meant it when I said like it's just 30 minutes of serotonin. Like there's just a lot to really enjoy with this show. It just I felt like as far as like things that we expect from the MCU and things we've gotten from the MCU in the past, this was maybe a little lacking in substance, which is why I'm also going to give this a score of 7.5.
All right, I like it. Good sir. DJ, my man, should people watch She-Hulk right away? What's your score and why?
Yes. I think you should. As someone who's not too big into Marvel but is getting into it, I think this is one of the shows where it's kind of like a breath of fresh air for me, because like Garrick said, it's like
air.
Yeah, breath of fresh air.
Someone's been watching She-Hulk.
A breath of fresh air. And because like Garrick said, it's most of the Marvel properties are like some of these shows it's serious, it's important, you gotta pay attention to these things. But I like that they took a different direction with this show. It's like fun, more leisurely. Yeah. The writing's great. You have a fun time. You'll laugh. It's just a fun show, and I enjoy it front to back. I wanted to keep watching it. I thought I wouldn't like the show you know, I thought, you know, I'll just fulfill my my obligation to y'all to watch it, you know, just for like a review sake. But I genuinely fell in love with the show. Um, Despite the amount of discourse I saw like over on social media and on the internet about it not being the best, which I don't think it needs to be. I think it does its best in what it was trying to do.
It
Uh,
established its lane perfectly and stayed in it.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
And I give this a 9.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh shit!
Jay coming in
God
hot.
damn, son! Woo boy!
You just like, you know what? If you didn't like this show, you're just a part of intelligentsia.
If you don't like
Yeah.
She-Hulk, fuck you.
You're hating. I'm sorry. I don't know. I felt like everyone was just hating on this because like I'm like I enjoyed it. I don't understand
sure,
like
for
what's
sure.
the you know what I mean? Like I understand the 7.5, so I get that. But like if it's below 7, like I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're on.
I like where their heads at too when they poke fun at like a lot of the comments that we've been getting since like Endgame. Like,
Yep.
well, they're just trying to make all these superheroes women and blah blah blah. Like, so the fuck what?
Yeah,
Who cares?
right. I
What-
mean,
what?
they did the same thing in Justice League. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like,
It is the same thing in the goddamn comics. This got the fucking source material that they're pulling from did the same shit.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's a female Captain Marvel,
Like,
right?
fucking
Like, you know
cry
that
more.
actually
Yeah.
exists, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just like this whole idea of like, oh, they're making all of our favorite heroes women. Like, why can't they make their own characters? And then when we do like showcase these characters that were made from way back when, you still complain. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Well,
Like, I'm sorry you haven't felt the attention of a woman in decades. Okay, I'm deeply sorry.
decades, dude.
I feel bad for the people that have imprinted this like belief that women aren't people, because they are, and they're actually really interesting and really cool people.
Yeah.
And this show is like,
Better
yeah,
than the
like
five
putting
of
that
us,
at the
that's for
forefront.
damn sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So I fucking love the show.
just to let those people
Just
know
love
too
it.
that have that commentary around it, you can get a pack of Marvel Comics tissue paper for $7.47 on Amazon if you want to fucking cry about it. Okay, like, it's pretty
Yeah,
wild,
like-
pretty cheap stuff, man.
Like, Captain Marvel has been a female in the comics since 1977. You fucking idiots! Like, do your
Yeah.
fucking research if you're gonna cry.
God damn, dude. God
It's
damn.
so weird. It's so weird.
Anyways, so yeah, I think everyone who's a Marvel fan should absolutely watch the show as soon as possible. Like I mentioned before, I watched this entire show with my daughter. We're gonna be actually watching the finale today. It's gonna be, she's gonna have so much fun. I'm excited for it. I think that if you're a Marvel fan, this will do something for you in some way or another at some point or another. If you're an actual Marvel fan, if you're one of those guys that are like, I think Marvel's going downhill since Endgame, you're probably not going to like it because you probably suck a little bit.
What a boring life to live.
I know,
with that
man. I
mindset,
know,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
We're restarting
Like this-
phases, you fucking morons. Anyways, yeah, I think the show was so much goddamn fun. I thought it was incredibly clever. I think that them giving us what we thought WandaVision was going to be for 3 episodes and just committing to it being a fucking sitcom, I was 100% fucking here for it. I give this
love it.
show an 8. On my scale, I think that the things it doesn't quite do well enough takes a couple points away. There were some characters I thought were a little bit throwaway, and some moments that I think could have been a little bit more emphasized for what we were wanting in the greater scale of the show as a whole. And some things felt a little bit disconnected episode by episode. But overall, I thought that this show was just enough fucking fun and just enough of a joy for me to get over those things to an extent or another. So yeah, with that said, that puts us at an official, what the fuck? What
He did the math. He's like, wait a minute.
Officially
Wait
at
a
an 8.
I was like,
Did you carry
hold
the
on.
2?
Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
Did you forget to get your long division?
It's an 8.
Did you solve for X?
So I just
It's an
I hit
A.
one button wrong. I hit one button wrong.
Checks out.
Yes,
checks
it
out.
is. It is an 8
An 8.
from us.
Yeah, I'll take
at
it.
Good
You
Kraken
just fucking
when
believed
we
it the
rind
first
up.
time.
Did you find the cosine of it?
Listen, Garrett and I can do math. Okay, we understand.
Garrick's, it's an 8.
Yeah, both of us were saying that.
Dude, it's just
all
straight up
the
A.
Asians are like, what? Huh?
With that said, let's move into these fucking assholes' schedule for the next week. On Tuesday, oh fucking boy, Garrick. We have another Good Kraken podcast. We're going to be doing Rings of Power review. Oh,
Yeah, we are.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah, we are,
Rings
baby.
of Power.
Yeah, we are.
Fuck yeah, baby. Oh, Garrick, did you watch it yet? Did you watch the finale yet? Did you watch the finale, Garrick?
No, we're today.
I haven't
We're
seen it.
doing, it's part of our anniversary plans.
You better message me because you're gonna lose your shit, dude.
Need to lose my fucking mind, bro. Let's go.
It's gonna
Leah
be
will watch it with me.
it's gonna be me, it's gonna be Garrick, it's gonna be Xander. We're gonna be here talking about the new Rings of Power series, season 1 that is completing or just completed actually the other day. And goddamn, was it a fucking episode, boys? Next Wednesday we have a pending thing going on
What's
for the
that
next couple
behind you,
weeks
Xander?
here.
Xander, you have a ghost.
But I
There's something
believe
behind you.
if
I'm
Garrick,
not even joking. There's something behind you.
I believe
There really is.
Oh, for fuck's
Look
sake.
behind you.
if Garrick is down for it, he will be playing Scorn next week.
Again? Sure. Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
we have some other things for you guys that we could potentially do as well, but we'll let you know on our schedule, you know what I'm saying? And the next Thursday, we have the Shipwreck Show live recording right here on twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. Come in, hang out with us. If you are a Twitch subscriber, you can write on the show, give us some questions that you want us to answer. Lydia. Look at Lydia's hand.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Dad.
for sure.
Dad.
Dad,
Dad.
daddy,
Dad,
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 daddy,
Dad.
daddy,
Dad.
dad, papa.
Dad.
I love it, dude. And then next Friday we have another gameplay stream of Splash Damage where yours truly, us, we will be playing Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. There's a brand new Ghostbusters game that's coming out, and I'm actually really excited. The closer we get to it, I'm like, okay, I'm down for some ghostbusting.
Tis the season. Are we going to try to get a full group? Or are we going to do a 4 of us against an AI ghost?
Or 4 of us versus a rando.
Oh, rando. Yeah. Oh,
Like
rando
Evil
would
Dead.
ruin our day. Yeah, like
Mhm.
Evil Dead. Get
Mhm.
fucked up.
Let's see how we do. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, if it's anything like Evil Dead,
We'll probably
let
have
me at him.
we'll probably
me
have
at
a
'em.
good fucking time, man. Like it's gonna be.
Let me at him.
Yo, what do you mean
Arsenal.
let you at him?
Yo, I want to play that game again. That game is fun. I went off.
Well, we'll have to touch up on it again. I think they're probably going to do another content
Aw.
rollout pretty soon.
Look
All
at
of that content is
The
going to be at
characters,
7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, right here at twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. But then next Saturday, we have another episode of the Good Kraken podcast where we're going to be talking the best horror movie of 2022 so far. Sandra. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys come in, talk to us about it. Tell us what your favorite movie of the year so far is, and we'll have a good time having that conversation. It's going to be so much fun. Jesus Christ, is Lydia. She's just having it. Anyways, guys, please
like
let
kiss
us
it.
know what you
Kiss it.
thought of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Let us know in the comments below. Let us know on Twitter, join our Discord, and talk to us about it on there. In the meantime, y'all, this has been the Good Kraken Podcast. Your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics of the show, get exclusive show content, and soon have early access episodes before they go live on podcast and video services across the digital sea. Yarg. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing
Big
to our
red
podcast
button.
channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark.
Crack.
and leaving a review there. We got to get going on out of here, everybody. But until next time, my friends, Wongers.
But
It's not a sin with two N's and one Y, but not where you think.